But now it's time to get into our next segment here. Go ahead and send it over to overrated, underrated. Welcome to Overrated, Underrated. In this segment, me and Logan will decide if these things in Star Wars are overrated, underrated, or properly rated within about a sentence or two. But sometimes we don't follow that rule, so. Nevertheless, Logan, your first thing here. Overrated, underrated? Orville Crinid.
I mean, dude, you are obsessed.
He had to make an appearance here. I felt like he needed to make an appearance here.
Okay. We're gonna say I'm gonna give you what you want. We're gonna say underrated.
Yes.
He took down the Executor, whether it was intentional or not. He took down the Executor. You gotta hand it to him. He's underrated.
Let's go. I love that answer. That was exactly one of my answers. Next thing here. Overrated, underrated. The quote from Rogue One. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me.
See, the thing is, I really like Chirrut. I'm gonna say properly rated. I don't have much of an explanation, but I don't like it enough to say underrated. So
Yeah.
properly rated.
I respect that. Third thing here. Overrated, underrated. The ending of Kenobi.
Underrated. Like, ending? Are we talking about Qui-Gon showing up?
Oh yeah.
Oh, because I mean
talking about
that might be top 3 scene in all of Star Wars. Like that
Of
is
course.
that made me cry like a baby. So yeah, underrated. I mean, 100%.
Yeah, we're talking about the ending of Kenobi. We got to include the Qui-Gon scene, of course.
Okay, Mark, your first thing here: overrated, underrated. The Jedi Council.
Man, they made a lot of mistakes. They really did. Towards the end of their existence.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, for them being so like, they were just so blind to the fact that Sidious was out there. I gotta say, overrated, right? They were just too caught up in their ways. They were too caught up in the old ways. They didn't adapt, and like I said, they were blind to Palpatine the whole time. He was right there on the same planet.
I don't think you're wrong at all. On to the next one. Overrated, underrated. The Geonosians.
I'll say properly rated. I think they're, even though they're ugly, they are very fierce warriors. They'll, so I think I gotta give them properly rated.
Okay. On to your third thing here. Overrated, underrated. Tech's armor.
I gotta say underrated. It's so unique. For him, it's just so unique for him, and like when he pulls down the visor and he can translate languages and do all kind of different like calculations during a middle of a battle. It's just insane. It fits him perfectly. So I gotta say underrated.
100%.
All right, Logan. Overrated, underrated. Nightfall Vader.
Okay, properly rated. I thought about saying overrated
Good.
for a second. I think we would have fist fought.
Yeah, we might have.
No, I thought about overrated for a second, but it wasn't like a legitimate thought. I mean, he's maybe the most powerful force being of all time. To be honest, like in that moment. So, and
Yeah.
that's the Vader that everyone talks about.
Of course.
So, yeah, no, properly rated. I don't think he's underrated because I think people love him enough. So
Yeah, and I would agree. So, well, your second thing here, overrated, underrated. Darth Nihilus.
Overrated. We talked about this so many times before. Darth Nihilus, I mean, we are not about to sit here and act like eating a planet is cool. Like just devouring a planet. No matter, I don't care if it's a force ability. I don't care what it is. I don't care at all. Overrated. It does not belong in Star Wars. It's terrible. Hey, does he look cool though? Of course. So
Always.
he gets that, but he's overrated.
Yeah, still it's still overrated. And your last thing here, overrated, underrated, Duel of the Fates.
Oh my god. Oh no, Mark. Oh no. Okay, listen. You set me up.
I did too. I did this one on purpose.
You set me up.
I had a feeling.
I'm going to say overrated. This one deserves an explanation.
It does.
A lot of people say it's better than Battle of the Heroes. It's not. A lot of people say it's the best. The music to go along with it is the best prequel song. It is not. It is overrated in two aspects. So it is overrated overall. Is it bad? No, not even close. But it is overrated. That's my explanation. Me saying it's overrated isn't calling it bad, but man, Battle of the Heroes is the best duel. Across the Stars and Battle of the Heroes are both better songs.
I love that answer. That was the answer I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you knew it was coming. You set me up.
Yep.
Okay, on to your last three here. Overrated, underrated. The Jawa Sandcrawler. So the big tank they've got rolling across the desert.
Yeah, that's an interesting one because I never really thought about what I would say for that. Because it does, it's massive, right? So it holds a lot of junk that they scrap and they and they sell, right? So it like serves its purpose well for them.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, I mean, you could see it from a mile away, like you can see it. So maybe they could have designed it a little better, perhaps.
What, you think they need camouflage?
Well, I don't think it needed to be like so tall as what it is. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Okay.
But I think for what it does for the Jawas, it serves them. It serves their purpose well, obviously. So I'm gonna say properly rated.
Okay. I see the reasoning. On your next thing here. Overrated, underrated. The Finalizer.
While cool, I might have to say overrated because I'm gonna be honest. I prefer the Executor, the Venator. I mean, man, I don't even know. Maybe the Imperial Star Destroyer too.
Oh, come on! You're lying about that. You're lying about that.
I'm not.
You know the Finalizer is the improvement on that. Come on.
It's cool, but like there's the Venator. There's just things that I prefer to be in, and I'd prefer to be in a Venator or the Executor. Unless Arvel Krine is in the battle, then I don't want to be
okay. You're not even right. You know the Finalizer is an improvement on the regular Star Destroyer.
Okay, that might have been a reach. But
yes,
still,
it was. You know
I'll
it.
still say the Venator and the Executor over that.
On to your final thing. Overrated, underrated. Politics in Star Wars.
I hate talking about politics. I'm going to be honest. I really do. I'm not a politics guy. And in Star Wars, it's just there's so many levels. Obviously, it didn't help Palpatine being at the top. I mean, he was everywhere, right? Pulling the strings, doing this, doing that. But I gotta say overrated again for this one. Like I said, I'm not a politics guy. I'm not. I'm just not.
Neither am I, but in Star Wars, I think it's sweet, dude.
I'm just not. I can't help it.
Man, you disappointed me today.
I'm just not. I can't help
I
it.
should have said overrated to Nightfall Anakin or Nightfall Vader. I should have.
And Arvo grinded.
Yes, I should have. Just out of spite, I should have. You're not even right, dude.
I can't help it, man. Sometimes it just bores me. I just can't. I just can't take it sometimes.
Oh, it says the man that loves the prequels. Come on, lock in.
I do not as much as that aspect, more so the battles, but well, that has been overrated, underrated. Hopefully you enjoyed this segment, got a good laugh out of it. I know I did. It was a blast doing this. Love doing overrated, underrated for you guys. With that, we'll go ahead and send you back to the boys in the studio.